Call of Duty Ghost Review. Yeah! Yeah! So Keith, let's talk about Call of Duty Ghost.
Yes.
This game just came out November 5th. Xbox 360, PS3, PC, Wii U, and it's coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One as well. And we played it on 360 because we're champs.
Yep.
And we're poor and can't afford next-gen console right now.
Fuck.
So
Alright.
fuck it, but it probably does not matter, as you'll find out later. Let's talk about the story.
Yeah.
The campaign.
Campaign is, I definitely think, a step above at least the last couple of campaigns to come out for Call of Duty. I mean, yeah, they had an actual movie writer, but I think just certain things worked really well with the campaign. Other things did. With the later half of the game, it seems like it falls very frequently under the very familiar Call of Duty format of you start off sneaking, and then everything goes to shit, and then it's all action. But I liked some of the environments that they introduced. I mean, you're underwater twice, once for a full mission, once for part of a mission, and then you're in space twice, which is really cool. And then which is two things that haven't really been done too much in gaming. I mean, there's been a little bit of that from previous games, but all in all, I enjoyed the story. It was pretty cool. It's nice to not fight the Russians for once. But fuck. I already. What's the Rourke? That's the villain. He's easily, I think, one of the best, if not the best, villain Call of Duty's put out yet, in my opinion. He has what's the word? He has a personality.
Yes.
He's just a badass. I mean, I kind of like him, even though he's a dick. Like, he's a cool guy. And I don't know, just in general, nothing stood out too much in the story, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't like a grind to get through.
I thought the story was just so meh. It was so typical and kind of cliche and kind of, I knew that was coming kind of moments with Call of Duty. You knew shit was going to blow up. It just felt like every mission you started by sneaking up and then you tried to blow up something. This time you tried to blow it up more than you blew it up last mission. That kind of stuff. It was just kind of okay. I mean, some missions were really, really nice. I thought the one that you've probably seen in the trailer where you're rappelling down the skyscraper was fucking great. But then missions like Birds of Prey are just
that was
complete
boring.
snooze fest. A lot of them are somewhat snooze fest. It's kind of like just mindless shooting. And then, the story is kind of cool. It could have been a lot better, as you'll see, at least with my opinion about everything about this game. It could have been better. The characters are, they're okay, but they're kind of Call of Duty characters. At least the ones that you play. I'm not talking about Rourke. I'll get to that. It's just these characters have no backstory, and the game tries hard to really get you to care about you and your father and all that stuff, but it just kind of fails. You're just kind of like, okay, because there's no backstory. There's no build up to really make you care about them. There's no moments like that. But Rourke is an asshole. Rourke is just an amazing guy. To lead such a destructive war is just crazy. Sometimes you look around, or the mission's up in space or something, and you're just like, God damn, this is a really, really ugly war or something. And once again, that could have been played off so much better. So, it could have been made you feel about it a lot more. But then it has that Call of Duty effect to it that's just you felt so many times. But Rourke is cool. I don't even know the names of the characters that you play as. Who are they?
Your brother is Hesh, and he's around you all the time, and you're Logan.
Yeah. And overall, the story wasn't terrible. There's definitely worse stories out there. It was just Call of Duty, and it could have been better. I felt like it was played safe. I don't know. It's okay, but at the end though, I'll say this: once the credits are rolling, you'll be really disappointed. Don't stop, because there's actually something really cool at the end that just you don't see coming at all. I did appreciate that, but I mean, some of the missions, like the one up in space, was pretty fucking badass.
The other thing with the missions is that I really like how at least each mission brings something a little different. You know, the second mission. You get that one rocket launcher that you can aim with the laser sight, and like No Man's Land, you control Riley. Another mission you control a remote sniper. Another mission you can fly a helicopter. Second, one of the last missions you control a tank. Like I just like how every mission at least had something that kind of distinguished it a little bit from all the other missions. So I that's one of the things that I thought the campaign did.
And
good.
like Keith said, fighting the Russians or not fighting the Russians is a really good thing. You fight the Federation, which is pretty much all of South America coming together. That was interesting. It's never been done before, and it was kind of cool. So let's talk about multiplayer.
Again, this is I think kind of the theme with this game. There's some things that I think they did really, really well, and other things that they could have done a lot better. Map design. Some of the maps are really cool. Some of the maps are cool, but then they're too fucking big. All of them, except for maybe Strike Zone's kind of a smaller map. But then all the maps are fucking huge, and they don't need to be. Especially since at least on current gen, they're just you can only have 6v6, 12-man lobbies. You can't have the 18-man lobbies, which is kind of disappointing. But then other things they feel like they did well. I like there's more guns and wider variety of how guns are used, which I think is really cool. There's twice as many perks, and some of them are actually really useful. I'm like, okay, why didn't you have this in the game before? They make lots of sense. The kill streaks, I think the kill streaks are, again, really well done. They're a little bit more balanced than I think they were in Modern Warfare 3 because you have the different packages. Modern Warfare 3, I thought the support package was just really OP, but now I feel like it's a little less OP in this game. But then, in general, I think this is the best attempt at a balanced Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. They took the pick 10 system, and now you have perks, but then you have 8 points to spend on perks. Perks have values, and then you can get rid of your secondary and your grenades, and you can get up to 11 points. But then some perks have more points than others. What is essentially stopping power has 5 points. So perks that are more overpowered take up more of your custom class, which I think is really good. And besides the fact that the map design is kind of poopy, I think that this is a really good multiplayer attempt for Call of Duty.
Yeah, the maps are tit balls in this game. Tit balls aren't good. It's new dictionary term.
Tit balls.
Tit balls. I don't know. Some of the maps could have been awesome. Take Stonehaven. It's like a Renaissance, stone castle type shit. It was kind of neat. Way too big. If it was smaller, would have been awesome. These maps would have been designed to fit 12 people. That would have been cool. You would have thought they would have done so much play testing with this. They would have been like, these maps are a little too big for 12 people. Why don't we scale that down? But no, they didn't. Some are just okay, but they're just okay. They're not great maps from, say, Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 or something. I don't know. They're just kind of shitty. Some of them actually look the same. Flooded looks like Chasm to me. They just have these gray color palettes. The whole dynamic map is just bullshit. It's a gimmick. It's stupid. I don't know why they wasted their time. Maybe the next gen version or something is a little bit better, but okay, there's an earthquake and my screen's shaking. That really changes the map. That really just changed everything. If a giant, crack would have came down the map or something, maybe that would have been cool. Or buildings started falling. That would have been pretty dynamic. I'm not asking for blowing up skyscrapers or blowing up buildings and them just copying Battlefield 4 or something. I'm just asking for a little bit more of a actually to be dynamic. A gas thingy mabob falling down. It's not that dynamic. I'm sorry, or logs or trees rolling down on you. It's not dynamic. It's just kind of gimmicky and kind of a waste of time in my mind. But at the same time, there are some really cool things. Perks. I actually care about perks in this game, and perks are kind of cool if I care about them, because I usually don't use perks at all. Some of them are actually really cool. The way you can kind of customize them all and customize your class and create soldiers with different layouts. I mean, you can have up to 50 different layouts in this game, or loadouts or whatever.
I think 60, because you get 10 soldiers and you get six setups.
You get 6. So yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of customization that you can have. The kill streaks, like Keith said, are really cool. I feel they're really well done. Stuff like Maniac is just awesome. Juggernaut returns. The what is it? The Halo, whatever.
The Halo.
That was kind of cool. How you can go up. When you use it, you become a sniper out of a chopper, and you can just snipe the shit out of people. I just thought that was neat. And overall, I mean, it's not a bad multiplayer at all. I mean, you still get a lot of fun out of it, especially if you're playing with friends. Then you get the most fun out of it. But like a lot of things, it could have been better.
I forgot 2 things, which is one, I wanted to add another kill streak. The Odin, I will admit, is pretty OP.
Yeah.
It's the 15 kill streak for support. And you can drop rods on people, which are, huge missiles. You can EMP enemies, and it'll tag them on the map. And then you can drop a recon juggernaut. I'm just like, alright.
But the customization is deeper, and that's nice. And I do appreciate that about it.
And the one thing is also, they introduced a lot of new game modes. Search and Rescue, which is search and destroy,
It's awesome.
When you die, you drop a
Yes.
dog tag. If an ally picks up the dog tag, you respawn. If an
Yeah.
enemy picks it up, you're done. Originally, this did replace Search and Destroy, but they did bring Search and Destroy back, which I think is cool, because I like Search and Rescue, but there's not the same, tense
feeling.
atmosphere than is
Yeah.
Search and Destroy.
I'd say probably our favorite new game mode is Cranked.
Oh, Cranked
Cranked
is
is so much fun. Basically, you as you kill, you get cranked, and you get faster. You get more bullet damage, and if you don't kill, you blow up. Keith watched me blow up
That was
because I couldn't find it.
Because you were freaking out.
Because
and it was just the
because
greatest
it
thing
comes
ever.
back to the maps are too big. You spend half your time running around trying to fucking find people. It pisses me off.
There's Blitz, which is kind of like Griffball, except without the gravity hammers
Blitz
and the
is
energy
fun.
swords, and without the ball. You just kind of go into the score zone, and then they spawn you back on your
And
side
you
of the
can
map.
dive into the score zone, which makes it kind of epic. So that's
There's
fun.
also Infected, which one person is infected, they get a pistol at first, and then they kill the first person, and then you get a knife and throwing knives, and you just run really fast and try to knife people. And then
I'm kind of male on Infected.
that's my game type. Like running around
It's
knifing
okay.
people, that's my game type.
Yeah.
But then there was also
Hunted.
Hunted, which is weapon drop crates drop on the map, and that's how you get your weapons. And it's kind of cool, but then it sets up easy camping for just camp weapon crates. I noticed that in a couple games we played. Like, it's okay, but it could have been better.
It gets a little boring in my mind. I feel that a lot of these new modes are team deathmatch with different ways to score, and that's about it.
But I mean, it's nice that they're attempting. I mean,
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, there was one new game mode that was hard.
I mean, Cranked
is fun.
is just amazing though. I like Crank. I like Search and Rescue, and what's the other one?
Blitz.
I like Blitz. They're fun, but they're not really that innovative. Once again, could have been better.
I mean, if it was a lot different, I don't know if it'd be Call of Duty, and then people would be freaking out.
But you
about
can
that.
break the mold, man. That's what I'm saying.
But then the hardcore fan base wouldn't like that, and that's what makes the money. Not the
Yeah, but
casual
I just
Call of Duty
wish they would
players. It's-
break the mold a little bit, because at times this entire game, as a couple past Call of Duties, just feel like
Meh.
expansion packs. $60 expansion packs. So let's quickly move on to Squads.
Squads is basically, if you want to think about it, it's almost just like combat training from the prior Call of Duties, except sometimes you have an enemy that you face, and then they have a bunch of their squad people on their team, and they run around. You face AIs. Sometimes it's exactly like combat training, where you're just facing an objective game type of AI, or there's sometimes it's like survival, where they drop ammo and perks and all kinds of other things, and score streaks, and you gotta pick them up, and that was kind of fun. I mean, Squads is okay. I don't know.
I feel that Squads is kind of a waste of time in ways, unless you're playing Safeguard. Safeguard is kind of like survival. It is a lot of fun. It's really intense. It takes survival to a new level, and I thoroughly enjoy playing Safeguard. But I just feel that like the rest is just kind of, I don't know. When they announced Squads, I was kind of meh on it. I'm still meh on it now after playing it. It was really hyped up. And I don't understand why. I mean, they took out Spec Ops, which was fun. They could have took Spec Ops to a whole new level of, doing missions. They could have made these really big, intense missions where you have, 4 or 6 players playing through them at the same time or something. They could have took Spec Ops to a whole new level. Instead, they replaced it with just a very mediocre mode where you fight bots.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then last but not least, there's Extinction, which is, I guess, their answer to zombies. It plays a lot like, I think, Gears of War, like Horde, and it plays a lot like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Like, you basically just go from hive to hive, you destroy the hive, and then you have to wait for a helicopter to open up the path for you, and you're just fighting various enemy types, from normal, like, aliens that jump on you, scorpions, which shoot acid at you, or I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of like tickers, which reminds me of Gears of War. They blow up, and they, so, I mean, it's cool. It can be fun. I need to explore it more. I see potential in this game mode.
Yeah, this mode doesn't take itself too seriously either. It's kind of cool. There's some cool Easter eggs that me and Keith were looking at. I mean, it's okay. I mean, you get like skills and you get money and
Classes
you buy stuff and classes and you rank up. And I mean, overall, it's cool. I just feel that they haven't really unleashed the true potential of what this mode could be yet. And
But I mean, that's what DLC's for. I mean,
true, that's how they're gonna suck you in.
Yep. It's going to be like zombies. You have to buy the new pack because you got to play the new Extinction game mode.
Yeah, or something. It's okay.
Yes.
But could have been better.
Could have been better. That's kind of the whole theme.
That's the motto for this game. Call of Duty Ghosts. Could have been better. And I just feel that if this game would have came out 2009, 2010, 8, whatever, this game would have blew my fucking mind. The story would have blew my mind. The multiplayer would have blew my mind. But after, 7 Call of Duties or whatever, it's just kind of, okay, I kind of saw this coming, some of the things. But some of the things are really cool. Some of the things...
Leaning is kind of cool, and sliding is pretty cool.
They're not really anything new. Games have done them a lot in the past, but
it's new for
I don't know
Call of
why they haven't added them earlier. And one last thing that I think I appreciate the most out of this whole game, the visual upgrade.
Oh, yes.
This game is gorgeous. I have no clue the last time I say that about Call of Duty. Probably Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the first one, I still think is gorgeous and the best looking Call of Duty, and this game is fucking phenomenal to look at.
Oh, yes.
So,
my last thought that I want to throw in before we get into this is I've seen a lot of people are criticizing this game, man. Oh,